Magkano ang sweldo ng nurse sa Australia? Oh, awkward. I don't know. I feel like it's unethical to talk about money. I'm shy. But anyway, I found a website that would be a reference for this video. So I think it's alright. I think this is a good inspiration to those health workers who want to go in Australia. You know, have a better life, something give the life that you think your family deserves, fulfilling your dreams. I don't think there's something wrong with that. But beforehand, I would say I think it's better serve your country. I mean, it depends on how you think about it. I think it's better to serve your country at the same time gain experience. 2 years at least. Like 2, 3, 4 years. At least pagdating mo dito, you have the idea. Kasi honestly, you have the foundation. It's the same foundation. Caring people, giving medicine, 5 rights, 3 checks. It's the same. But yung setting is different, and of course you have to speak English. It's a different yung culture. Australia is a multicultural country, and here if you mispronounce your English words, and you have that certain Yankee Filipino accent, they won't laugh at you. They would try to understand, they would try to communicate. So yeah, I think Australia is a really good place. And it's a good place too because the pay is quite decent. Really. So here, per hour yung pay nila. But other people like others who are at managerial position, they have salary package like per month. I mean, not per month, per annual yung ino-offer sa kanila. Here, RN levels depends on the year. It's year of experience. Magsisimula ka sa RN1 and the highest would be RN8. After RN8, say you have 9 years of experience, your salary remains at RN8 unless you would go for study and be a clinical educator, clinical nurse specialist, or a coordinator. Doon tataas yung sweldo mo. But it doesn't mean you have to reach RN8 first before becoming an educator or a specialist. Could be RN5 ka and then you decided you want to study and become a specialist, then dun tataas yung sweldo mo. You will surpass RN8 right away if you're qualified to be a specialist or an educator, something like that. So if you're working full-time, every year nag-i-increase yung level mo. Your level depends on the working hours. So you're either pwede ka maging casual or permanent part-time or full-time. So the good thing about here also is that they would consider your international overseas experience. Well, some company don't, some company does. Pero as my experience sa public healthcare system, they do consider yung overseas experience mo. So you just have to submit the evidence that you have, like yung contract mo before, yung certificate of employment saying how many hours did you work before, some stat declaration na I've worked for these certain hours, and then they would decide which RN level ka na. And then automatically, whatever RN level you are, may certain pay rate yon, pay scale. RN levels and RN pay salary depends on different organizations. It's different sa public healthcare system. It is different sa private hospitals. Different if you're working in a private organization or agency. Magkakaiba. It depends on them. Well, if you're working in a public care health system, every year, like every July, your pay would increase. I'm just not sure how much yung percentage, but as far as I can remember, it's almost $1 of increase. Yung na-remember ko before. In the public or private organizations, may increase din yan every year. I'm just not sure. I'm not certain how many percentage, but I'm certain, yes, there is an increase every year. So private organizations, they pay more compared sa public, as of what I've experienced. So yeah, currently, according to the New South Wales Union website, yung pay scale ng RN1 is $32.37. If you're an RN8, your per hour rate is $45.45. Yung additional, let's talk about the additional pay. Casual loading, it could be 10% if you're in a public health care system, or 25% if nasa private hospital or private organizations ka. Depende talaga yan pa sa private organizations. And then if you are the RN in charge, you would get extra $25 to $35 per shift. If afternoon shift ka, you get additional 12.5%. If night shift, you're working on a night shift, there's additional 15. If you're working during weekdays or weekends, so weekends, it's base pay plus Saturday rate. Saturday rate is 50%. If it's Sunday, it's base pay plus 75% of your base pay. So it's nice if you work weekends, I mean. Pero if it's weekend, regardless sa shift, you will just get, it's either the Saturday rate or the Sunday rate. You won't get the additional casual loading or the afternoon or night shift loading. Ganda. If it's public holiday, there's additional 150% to your pay. If you want to be if you want to go beyond your horizon and you want to study and you want to be something extraordinary, but before mag-happy-happy kayo, always remember ang tax. Ang tax is very heavy, my dear friends. I'll give you the link sa pay scale, and I'll give you a link how to compute yung tax dito sa Australia. My advice is, if you're an overseas health worker, don't be shy to ask around na i-increase yung RN level mo. It's either you ask your manager or you can directly email the payroll. Email lang naman dito. You don't have to go to their office. And I feel like my personal opinion is that if I would ask them to increase my RN level, yung hindi na din naman ako mahihiya sa skills ko. Like, I've proved myself that I can work, that I am entitled to that RN level. Pero kung yung feeling mo na medyo nangangapa-ngapa ka pa muna, so, yeah, wag muna. Kasi of course, if you are at the higher level, they would expect you to perform with great finesse. How would I say it? They would expect you that you were working well because you're well experienced and they're paying you much. So that's the responsibility. Are you ready to take on that responsibility? My advice is, wag mong patagalin. Because the problem with this is that, well, there's a good thing. If you would ask to increase your level because you have previous experience overseas, they will do back pay. Good, you got extra money. But if they will do back pay, patay ka sa tax mo. Your tax declaration will be, of course, bigger on the financial year, and that would mean they will take a bigger amount of tax. Example, if you receive back pay, say $10,000, how much tax will they get from that? 3,000? Kasi isang bigayan yun eh. Kaya isang kuhanan din ng tax. So, yes, goodbye. On the last note, kung may ganun ka na sweldo, how would you spend it?